Hey guys, what's going on? Luke here, back with a brand new video. Today's is going to be crazy. In the past, I've done a video where I went to New York City to buy a pair of cleats. Well, today I'm upping the game. This weekend, I'm going to New York City, and I'm going to spend the entirety of one day going to every single soccer store in the city and reviewing them for you guys. First things first, I've got to do some research. New York City is one of the largest cities in the entire world. Here's a shot of the planning stage. Me and my dad looked up all the soccer stores in New York City and made a list compiling the ones we decided to go to. Overall, there are 6 in total. And with that, I'm off. Next time I see you, I'll be in the city. The first stop on our NYC trip was called Paragon Sports, a long-standing sports specialty store. Honestly, this was a pretty cool store. They had lots of sports equipment, but the soccer section was a little bit limited. As far as jerseys went, they had a really solid selection of recent releases. Unfortunately though, cleats were not the same. They had a couple pairs of Adidas top ends, but for the most part, all the boots there were takedowns. Overall, this is a pretty solid option in the heart of the city, and if you're looking for soccer stuff, I'd say definitely give it a look. After that, we walked to the Adidas store on Broadway. Now normally this is my favorite store in New York to go to. It's honestly the best, and I bought lots of things there. Almost the whole first floor is dedicated entirely to soccer cleats. Well, unfortunately, I had to be in New York City the one time it's getting renovated. The whole first floor was shut down. That being said, the second floor was still open, but it was pretty limited. They had a lot of new releases, but the magnitude of soccer stuff was considerably less than normal. Here are some pictures of the first floor last time I was there. Compare that to now. So unfortunately, I can't really show you guys all of the Adidas store, but I will say from my experience, it's a very impressive store. After our stop at Adidas, we Ubered 8 miles to the north section of town. My destination was a store called Euromex. Right when you got in, you could definitely tell this store was not like the others. There was a clear sense of passion for the game behind it. The boot wall was definitely very interesting, because while there were tons of options, they weren't options you'd expect. There were lots of foreign brands there, like Lotto, Pele, Joma, and Pirma. It was really interesting to see this compilation of boots there, as a lot of those brands are rare here in the States. The best part of the store was absolutely the jersey section. The coolest thing about the jerseys was that a lot of them were from very obscure teams and a little bit older. Check out this wall. It's crazy. A lot of these kits are from 4 or 5 years old, which for me is actually super exciting. Another cool thing about the expansive boot section is that the deeper you dug, the older stuff you'd find. Check these out. It's a takedown pair of early Mercurial Vapor 2s. The one thing I ended up picking up was a Santos tank top jersey from the Mexican League. This was a really cool find because I very seldom find tank top jerseys. After Euromex, I walked through Central Park over to the store Upper 90. It was actually a really cool walk because I went from the middle of the city into a forest, and all of a sudden I was in a completely different world. Now, Upper 90 is a chain store, and one that I've heard of before. They have several locations in and around New York City. They had a lot of the latest boots, balls, and jerseys. Overall, Upper 90 is definitely a very solid option if you're in New York City for getting the latest and greatest in the soccer world. After hitting up Upper 90, I headed over to a store called Home of Soccer. Now, it was kind of unfortunate that I did it in this order because I ended up having to backtrack as Home of Soccer and Euromex are pretty close together, and it added about 2 miles on to my walking. Home of Soccer was another store you could tell had passion behind it. While the boot and jersey section wasn't terribly expensive, one thing was super cool. The back wall of the store was filled with old balls and old cleats. The coolest thing on that wall was definitely those 1995 Predators. I've never seen those in person, and that was a really unique experience getting to see those. The ball section was also pretty cool. They had a lot of historic stuff, as well as memorabilia signed by coaches like Alex Ferguson. And after Home of Soccer, it was time for my last stop, Nike Town. Nike Town, New York's always pretty solid. Actually, in my last New York video, I ended up picking up the Mercurial Superfly 5 at this exact store. And yeah, it was really good. It had all the latest boots from their range, including the new TechCraft Pack 2.0. They also had an impressive selection of their latest jerseys and street shoes. And there you have it. Those are all the soccer stores in New York City. I'm not going to say which one is my favorite. I'm going to let you guys decide that for yourself. I just want to show you what all of them had to offer. This video was also really fun to make. It took about a whole day, and all told, I probably walked 10 to 12 miles and then Ubered another 8. It was ridiculous, and while it was a really long day, I had a lot of fun shooting every individual store for you guys. I hope you really enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out.